Hi everyone, this is the proportion review for our test review problems. Congratulations on being on level 3. Let's go ahead and go through our two examples. Our first problem, these are both from your benchmark test, so they should look familiar. In her first 20 games, Jeannie serves 4 aces. If she continues to serve aces at this rate, how many aces will she serve after 160 games? The first step in these problems is to label your sentence. We want to pull out important information, so let's look for our numbers. In her first 20, there's a number, and 20 talks about games. Jeannie serves 4 aces. Here's a second number, and 4 talks about aces. If she continues to serve aces at this rate, how many will she serve after 160 games? So this is talking about games again. So I'm going to use my blue. After we label our sentence, we are going to set up a key. Again, you can't make your key wrong. We've talked about this a lot, but once you make a key, follow it. My key is going to be aces over games. So I know that in 20 games, Jeannie serves 4 aces. So there's this information. Then we have our third piece, 160 games. That is going to go in the bottom because games is in the bottom of our key. And we don't know how many aces. How many aces? There's our question, and we don't know, so here's our variable. Once you have your key, step 3 is to set up a proportion. And this part, step 3, there's our proportion. And the last step is to solve. And we solve with cross multiplying. Okay, so there are the steps. If those help you, you can write them down. You don't have to. So 20 times x is 20x. 4 times 160 is 640. And now we need to solve. We need to get x by itself. So we need to do inverse operations. You can do story. X runs into time 20, and then we do the inverse, which is divide by 20. Or we can divide within our sentence, and x equals 32. So our answer is answer choice B, 32 aces. So there's problem 1. Let's go ahead and look at problem 2. This problem, there's one additional piece we want to look at. So let's go ahead and read the problems. The teacher is sharpening pencils before a test. He needs to sharpen 40 pencils. There's a piece of information. 40 pencils in 2 minutes. At most, how much time can he spend per pencil? So we've labeled our sentence. We did step 1. Now we need to make a key. I'm going to put minutes on the bottom and pencils on the top. I want us to stop here though. We have 2 minutes in our problem, but if we look at the answer choices, all of our answer choices have seconds. So if I answer in minutes, one of these answer choices is not going to come up because we're talking about seconds. So I'm actually going to change this 2 minutes to seconds. So 2 minutes. I know that in each minute there's 60 seconds. So 2 minutes times 60 seconds is going to be 120 seconds. So I'm actually going to change my key. I know minutes is in my problem, but all my answers are in seconds, and I want to be consistent with my answers. So we're going to have pencils over seconds. So let's go ahead and fill in our answer, or our information. 40 pencils in, again, we don't want to write the 2 minutes, we want to write 120 seconds. And let's find our last few pieces of information. At most, how much time can he spend per pencil? There's not a number, but there is a hidden number. Per means for every one. So we're talking about how much time for one pencil. So 1 goes in the top. How much time? There's our question, which means our variable will be with our time unit. And finally, doing the last step, we need to solve by cross multiplying. 40 times x, 40x, 120 times 1, 120, and divide by 40. X equals 3, and our variable was in the seconds part of our proportion, which means our answer choice is B. We will have our quiz on these next Tuesday.